is your name?
My name is Emily Godlewski.
And Ms. Godlewski, how long have you been teaching here at Flinn?
Oh, I think this is my 9th year at Flinn.
And what's your role here at Flinn?
I am an intervention specialist and special ed teacher. So I work mainly with students who have autism, but also other disabilities and emotional issues as well.
Now, you are one of our key people on the Falcon Advisory Committee. So can you tell everybody what is the purpose of Falcon Time?
Falcon Time is to build a greater sense of belonging between students and their peers and students and staff.
And this was kind of voted on by the staff, and you were part of that. Administration wasn't. So what do you think the thoughts of your colleagues are that allow them to say yes to this idea?
I think we all really realized that we needed a change, that students were coming to school not ready to learn. They were bringing in things that had happened on the way to school, at home the night before, and they really just needed a time in the morning to have a person and a group that they could go to and feel that they could be themselves, that they could express what was wrong, that they could talk about what was going on in their lives, and maybe hopefully get some of that off their chest, get them ready to learn. If I forgot my pencil, I forgot my Chromebook, I'm your person, I'm your adult, that I can help you with that. So just to give every student in the building a person that they could go to where they felt they belonged, where they felt loved, where they felt cared about.
How have you guys trained staff and students to be able to communicate that?
We've done several things over the years. We worked a lot with our local ROE office and learned some strategies through that we then put out to staff. We've done a lot of team building activities that students and staff really like, to kind of get everybody to feel that sense of belonging, sense of engagement as well when they're there. We really try to focus on, yes, we want academics to be a part of it, but we also really try to focus on those relationships, so students want to come to school, they want to learn, they want to be here, and they want to do their best for their teachers.
And tell us, how do you think it's changed the relationships between students and students and students and teachers and teachers and teachers, I guess?
I think this year, especially being our second year, I really see students who might not have otherwise got thrown together in class or at lunch. They're together in Falcon Time, and they're getting to know people that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise gotten to know or sought out to be friends with. So that's really cool. My group is excellent this year. They love each other. They're even asking if I can have them through 8th grade because I have the 6th graders. But it's really cool to see that. And I think it carries over too into the hallway. Students and staff, I have a lot of students in my Falcon Time that I don't even see the rest of the day, but they'll stop me in the hallway to tell me something cool that happened, or they'll come to my room and tell me that they did well on a test, or they want to share things with their Falcon Time person, their adult. And then I think staff too is really cool, because a lot of us we'll talk about the activities, what went well, what didn't, what did your students like, what didn't they like. So we're collaborating a lot more on that, and I think that's really nice too.
What grade are you in?
My name's Azaria. I'm in 8th grade.
And how many years have you been here at Flinn?
I've been here all 3 years.
And so, Azaria, you are of that group that 6th grade you didn't have Falcon Time, and then 7th and 8th you have had Falcon Time. So tell me, how do you like Falcon Time?
I really like Falcon Time. I think it's a good way to start the day. And it's if you have something going on before when school starts, it's a good way to talk to who your Falcon Time teacher is, and if you feel comfortable with them. And it's a good way to just be relaxed and be prepared for classes. And yeah.
How do you feel about the other students in your Falcon Time? Do you feel like you've made a community more so than you did in 6th grade?
Yeah, because some of the people that I didn't talk to in 6th grade, now that I have them in Falcon Time and we have to do team activities together, it's we are actually like now we're getting close.
Do you think having Falcon Time has helped you build relationships with adults?
Yes, because the 7th grade, like my 7th grade Falcon Time teacher, Mr. Lyons, I'll still go to like him if I needed me like help or anything, or if I don't feel comfortable talking to my 8th grade teachers, I would most definitely go to Mr. Lyons.
And what grade are you in?
My name is Jawan. I'm in 8th grade.
So, do you like Falcon Time, and how do you think it impacts your day?
I mean, yeah, I like Falcon Time. Most of the time, though, it affects me like positively, because I get to like wake up, go to school. Like I don't gotta instantly go to work. I can wake up and talk about things that's sometimes not school related.
So, when you're talking about things that are not school related, has that helped you get to know your teacher and the other students in that class?
I'll say yeah. Sometimes it really depends on the teacher.
And who was your favorite teacher and why?
My favorite teacher is Mr. B.
And Mr. B, is he an 8th grade teacher?
No, he's a 7th grade teacher. I had him in Falcon Time last year, and that was the best Falcon Time ever. It was,
So if you have an issue this year, would you go back and talk to Mr. B about it?
yeah, of course.
Okay. So it's made you connected to him?
Mhm.
And what do you think in general, like, that kids feel about Falcon Time, or what the purpose of Falcon Time is?
Sometimes it can be fun. I like the activities that we do in Falcon Time most of the time.
Do you think it's changed from 6th grade to now with adding Falcon Time in?
Yes. So I guess I really say give the teachers a chance to get to know them before you really start judging them and start not liking them. Because that's how I had to get closer to Mr. B. He was cool. I didn't like him at first, but as I got more comfortable with him, I found out he was a pretty cool teacher.
My name is Julie, and I'm a 6th grader.
And Julie, I understand you're in one of our special programs here at Flinn, right?
Yeah,
What's the name of the program? The Arabic program, right?
yeah.
How do you find being in a special program but within our building? Do you feel separated, or do you still feel part of the
I
overall?
feel part of like everything is, but it's like makes me feel like more like better and happier.
How do you feel about Falcon Time?
I feel like Falcon Time is something that's really like necessary, because when we go on Falcon Time, we reset our minds for the day and for the school day, and we can go to our class with a good mindset.
If I ask you, Julie, what's your number? What would you say?
I'd say I'm like 4.
And what does it mean when someone asks you what's your number?
It's like how you're feeling.
And what if you were feeling like a 2? What would that mean?
That means like you need to talk to someone about it, and like you gotta like get it off your mind.
I'm Haley Powers and I'm in 7th grade.
What do you think the purpose of Falcon Time is?
I think the purpose of Falcon Time is that it's a team building activity, and it's kind of like a wake up morning where you don't have like work on your shoulders right away. You can kind of sit down and relax before school.
Now, Haley, what would happen if I said to you, what's your number when you came in?
I would probably say 3 or 4 because I'm not a morning person.
And what does it mean when someone asks you what is your number?
It means that how are you feeling that day? Like a 1 and a 2 are kind of bad and you want to talk to someone about it. A 3 and a 4 is like you'll get through the day, and a 5 is like you're gonna have a fantastic day.
My name is Joanna T. Campy, and I am a 6th grade math teacher.
Well, you're a part of our Falcon Advisory Committee, and just wanted to get your thoughts on how has Falcon Time changed your approach to building student relationships?
I always knew that, especially in middle school, that relationships are incredibly important. We know that, we're taught that, you feel it in the classroom, but starting building that relationship on day 1 and first thing in the morning and setting the tone for the day has kind of changed how I approach students. Instead of just waiting till 6th hour to see them or until later in the day to see them. I think that those relationships start right when you see them, beginning of the year, beginning of the day.
And what effect has Falcon Time had on our students in our building, do you think?
I think students have found either other students to connect with that they might not have connected with before, or found their person in the building. It's not necessarily always their Falcon Time teacher. But we talk a lot about finding that person or what you need, and so they know that they can go to another adult in the building that may be somebody that can help them work through academic, social, home kinds of problems in the day.
If I ask you what's your number,
Mm-hmm.
what's your number?
Right now,
Yeah, what's your number right now?
end of the day, I'm going to be a 5 because we're getting towards the end of the week. I'm going to tell you, I'm really honest with my students. I do the same things with them. So when they ask questions, I share. I go through and tell them what my number is for the day. I have my students hold it close to their chest, whatever they are. I do the same thing. I ask students to share, and I do the same thing. So I'm like, I'm a 3. I'm not feeling very well today, or I'm tired, or that kind of thing. So
How do you think that helps you, like knowing students' numbers? Does it change the way you might approach a student?
no, absolutely. I mean, because there's kids that are really good at hiding things. There are kids that are really good at just going with the flow when their lives are constantly in chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So when a kid tells you that they're a 1 or a 2, my first question is, do you need to talk to me, or do you need to talk to somebody else in the building? If they're a 1, absolutely, it's immediate. I'm going to send an email to the counselor. If it's a 2, they'll kind of let me know, and I'll say I'll get somebody to talk to you later in the day. If they're a 3, I mean, we just talk about it. Lots of 3s on Mondays, get a little bit more as we go through the week.